Hello, it's Monday the 5th of March, so I was asleep all day yesterday, which is why I wasn't able to record. The only thing I remember from yesterday is a few hours being awake, going into the kitchen, and my mum standing there doing some ironing and just basically telling me off for all my misfortunes in life. She was telling me that I convinced myself that something was wrong with me and therefore I made something be wrong. And I tried telling her, look, there's no way I can convince my body to produce faulty collagen, and there's no way that I can create a genetic mutation. I was born with it and she knows that. It's just a sort of campaign to try and make me feel bad. And I think she's just got this idea that if she just tells me to just buck up and get on with things and just stop being lazy, that I'll miraculously not have, you know, this systemic condition that I've been suffering from my entire life, but more severely, I'd say the past 6 years or so. Although really it's probably the past decade, if I'm being honest. So that was really unhelpful and very typical of her. Anyway, I went to the GP this morning and they had randomly changed me to another doctor who doesn't know anything about my conditions, and I've tried to speak to other doctors at the surgery before and they've told me to go away and see the one doctor there that I've been seeing for the last year or so. So at this point, since my mum had taken time off work to take me to the appointment and spent hours making me feel like shit over it and making me feel guilty, I was really upset that they just said, oh, you've just got some other random doctor that knows nothing about you, because I wanted to speak to them about the fact that I can't stay awake. And so I just don't know what's going on in my life and I can't get anything else sorted because I just can't stay awake for long enough to do it. And anyway, I was really annoyed with the surgery and said I wanted to make a complaint because they had changed my appointment to another doctor that was inappropriate without telling me, plus the fact that other top doctors at that surgery had told me to go away in the past. And the receptionist was just like, and I was like, excuse me, I do have a right to make a complaint if I'm not happy with the service I'm receiving. And she went and got the manager, and anyway, the manager admitted that they were at fault, that those doctors shouldn't have told me to go away, that they shouldn't have changed my appointment to another doctor without letting me know, and that basically they were completely in the wrong. So she gave me about a 45-minute appointment with a different doctor who was there, and also sorted out my prescriptions for me, which was another thing that I wanted to go to the doctor for. But obviously it meant I then had to try and explain everything that's wrong with me again from the beginning to this new doctor who didn't know anything about me, and I feel sorry for her that she was dumped in that situation. And I think she handled it well. My loan laptop just arrived, so I have a computer to use again. I'd used my mum's laptop a couple of times to chop together some rough videos and upload them for you guys, and also because I didn't want to sort of break the habit of video logging everything. But she was just constantly screaming at me every time I tried to use it. Not that I'd done anything wrong, she just can't handle sharing. Anyway, another thing I need to remember today is that I need to keep my phone on me because I'm expecting a call from the anaesthetist about my surgery. Something that came up when I went to my surgical pre-assessment on Friday was that I have been found to have a gene mutation on the RYR1 gene, which basically means that I could have certain neurological conditions, although they don't think that they really fit, but also when I have surgery, if I'm given certain types of anaesthetic that they commonly use, then I'll have an episode of malignant hypothermia and die, because it's people that have this gene mutation that have the susceptibility to malignant hypothermia. So I'm hoping that they'll be able to deal with that properly and not give me the wrong drugs. I mean, it's not a really rare thing to, you know, be prone to malignant hypothermia in terms of surgery, so I'm hoping that they'll be able to deal with it appropriately.
Your equipment, or if you have any queries, please press 1. If you require technical assistance, please press 2. If you All of our technicians are currently helping other customers. If you would like to leave your name and telephone number, one of our technicians will return your call as soon as possible.
So I wanted to report that the loan computer they've given me hasn't been wiped, even though they specifically told me that they do wipe all the loan computers. So I've got all the data from this poor girl who used it just prior to me, and obviously I'm not going to do anything malicious with the data. I posted on her Facebook account actually to let her know what had happened, and told her that I was reporting it to the computer company, but I can't get through to anyone at the computer company to actually report it. But I mean, think what would happen if I was a bit more of a malicious person, and what I could do with that data, and the fact that I've got access to all her private messages on Facebook.